Every September, Apple announces new products. Most people focus on the new iPhone, but for many, the Apple Watch is just as exciting. This year, Apple introduced the Apple Watch Series 11, the follow-up to the very popular Series 10. The big question is simple. Is the Series 11 worth upgrading to, or is it just a small step forward? Let's go through the details so you can decide for yourself. The Series 10 brought a noticeable change compared to the Series 9. It was slimmer, came in slightly larger case sizes, and had a wide-angle OLED display that stretched almost to the edges. This made the screen easier to read from different angles and gave apps, notifications, and fitness stats a more immersive look. It was also light and comfortable enough to wear all day. The Series 11 keeps the same overall design, the familiar rounded square shape, but Apple says it is now their thinnest and toughest Apple Watch yet. The main improvement is durability. The glass is now Ion X material that is twice as scratch-resistant as before, and there is a ceramic coating on top. If you often bump your watch against walls, desks, or gym equipment, this extra protection could be useful. But if you take good care of your watch, the difference may not be as noticeable. Both the Series 10 and the Series 11 use the same wide-angle OLED display. The Series 10 already gave us the big jump in screen size and edge-to-edge design, so there's no major visual change this year. You still get bright colors, sharp text, and good visibility indoors and outdoors. The main difference is that the Series 11's display is more resistant to scratches thanks to the improved glass and coating. With the Series 10, Apple introduced a new way to navigate called the Smart Stack. Instead of scrolling endlessly with the digital crown, you can swipe through widgets like weather, activity rings, or music controls. This made the watch easier to use and faster to get information. The Series 11 keeps the same system. There are no big changes to how the software looks or works. If you've used watchOS 11 on the Series 10, the experience will feel almost identical on the Series 11. With the Series 10, Apple already had a long list of health features: step counting, calories burned, exercise minutes, sleep tracking, fall detection, ECG app, blood oxygen monitoring, irregular heart rhythm notifications, sleep apnea detection, and training load to track workout impact over time. For most people, this is already more than enough. The Series 11 adds two new features. Sleep Score. This takes your nightly sleep data, duration, interruptions, and sleep cycles, and gives you a single score. It's a quick way to see if your sleep was good or poor without looking at detailed graphs. Hypertension alerts. The watch can now monitor blood pressure trends in the background. If it notices consistently high readings, it will alert you. However, there's an important note. Hypertension alerts are still waiting for FDA approval. Once approved, Apple says this feature will also come to older models, like the Series 9, Series 10, and Ultra 2, so it won't be exclusive to Series 11 for long. Battery life is one of the areas where the Series 11 improves. The Series 10 offered up to 18 hours of use, or 36 hours in low power mode. For many people, that meant charging the watch every day. The Series 11 increases this to 24 hours of regular use. This is not a huge jump, but it can make a difference if you use your watch for sleep tracking. You can now wear it overnight and still have enough battery for the next day before charging. Apple hasn't given an exact number for low power mode on the Series 11, but it should be longer than 36 hours. Charging speed is the same, about 80% in 30 minutes with fast charging. The Series 10 supported Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and LTE for the cellular versions. The Series 11 adds 5G to the cellular versions. If you mostly use your watch when your phone is nearby, you won't notice much difference. But if you use your watch on its own for calls, streaming music, or using maps, 5G could make things faster and smoother. In terms of performance, both watches are fast and responsive. The Series 11 might be slightly more efficient, but in everyday use, they feel very similar. The prices are the same. The Series 10 started at $399 for the smaller aluminum model, with LTE as an optional upgrade. The larger size started at $429. The Series 11 also starts at $399. So the decision isn't about price, it's about whether the new features are worth it for you. So, which one should you buy? If you already have a Series 10, the improvements in the Series 11 are nice but not major. You get better scratch resistance, slightly longer battery life, sleep score, and hypertension alerts, which will come to older models later. Unless you really need the extra durability or battery life, you can skip this upgrade. If you have a Series 8 or Series 9, the jump to either the Series 10 or the Series 11 will feel big. You'll get the larger display, slimmer design, and all the health features. If you're buying now, go for the Series 11 for the newest features and longer battery life. If this is your first Apple Watch, the Series 11 is the best choice for future-proofing. But if you find a good deal on the Series 10, it's still an excellent watch that will do almost everything you need.